or any of the 10 plagues. There's just no physical evidence.
Okay, I have something kind of to add on this, and bear in mind this is just theory, no like actual confirmation of this, but like there's a couple theories to as the 10 plagues possibly having existed and like been a real thing, and there's like some pretty interesting explanations for that. So like the one I personally like is that around the same time when the 10 plagues was said to happen, there is geologic evidence that the island of Santorini had a massive volcanic eruption, and that's like near Greece. And then, as we know, volcanic eruptions can cause massive effects all over, and some of those effects have gotten their way over to Egypt. Like, for example, the darkness that was caused by like volcanic ash covering everything, and like the big massive plume of the volcano like shooting up into the air, and like the ash everything blocking out the sun. And like the Red Sea, or like what river turning to blood, that could be possibly from like mineral deposits being washed down the Nile, like due to the volcano disrupting all the geologic stuff, or also potentially just a coincidence of having a massive red algae bloom, which happens now currently and can turn stuff red, and it's super toxic. And also correlated with that is the like frogs leaving and all the animals dying. If there was a toxic algae bloom, that would cause a lot of the like the frogs wouldn't want to be in the water, and the animals that drank that water would die. Same thing if there was like one of the minerals hypothesized to have washed into the Nile causing it to turn red was cinnabar, which I think is a mercury salt and is therefore very toxic. Another one, like the boils and stuff, would potentially, not, again, this is not confirmed, be caused by acid rain from the volcanic ash and minerals and all that, like causing like blisters and burns and things. Like with the fleas, lice, and locusts, bugs tend to be very much affected by chemicals in the atmosphere and stuff, so that could cause like a massive like change in behavior from that if there was a lot of toxic chemicals in the air from that volcanic eruption. And this as well could have potentially caused a big tsunami to hit around Egypt, which could be correlated with the parting of the Red Sea. So like a tsunami, water goes out, then it comes back in, and that's well documented that happens, and that could have been caused by the tsunami, and that could have been just the Moses and the parting of the Red Sea. Keep in mind, none of this is confirmed. There is no like concrete evidence for this, but I do like this theory because it does sound plausible. But also, the first place I saw this was a Tumblr post. I did Google it, and there is other sources corroborating this, but just keep in mind where the original source comes from. I potentially think that there could be evidence for the 10 plagues and the parting of the Red Sea, just not in the way described by the Bible, and because of likely volcano.